Mike Minor. They lead the Central Division.
Spent some time in Texas, was traded to Oakland last year.
Jordan Luplow in the 2-hole, followed by Jose Ramirez.
Defense for Kansas City has been in 10-day in left field. On the infield, Alberto is at third, Lopez at short. East here.
Hard shot to third. What a diving stop by Jose Alberto. Inside, and it didn't miss by much, but it's ball 4. Slow chopper up the gut. And a nice play by Nicky.
And we'll see how long. He's going to be the opener for tonight. Well, certainly not the way you wanted to start. Luplow is in left field. Harold Ramirez is in center. Josh Nario at short. Cesar Hernandez at second. Yu Chen
threw it by him and strikes him out, one away.
That 93 by him. It was a good pitch. Comes back and gets the first.
Pops it up, isn't playable. Hedges near the on-deck circle in front. Runner goes. Pitch should have been a called third. Ball goes into center field.
Those bags are hard. Watch his knee.
Oh, no. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a breaking. Ball 4. And he hits the ball hard, but a nice play at third by Alberto for the second time tonight.
As he had to get down, then he tried to get the ball in hard, hustle every time you can, but there's sometimes you don't feel good.
Left fielder Ben chased it in the dirt.
Go.
He'll take off for first. Long throw by Salvador Perez is in time.
He can get you deep in the game.
Swing and a miss. He came back and struck him out. Nice.
93, and that was in a good spot, up and in.
For a strike. He didn't want to walk him. And give Dozier credit. He's able to get a base hit. Going to try for 2. Here's a throw. And he's
watch how close it is. Directly into the base.
Taylor smashes one into center field, left center field. Luplow up with it. They're going to wave him home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's cut off.
Don't know if there was enough steam on it or not. But I got to tell you, that should have been a 2-out single. He hustled his way and got himself to second. He earned the run there. And now we're going to see the base hit. I want to see the relay coming in from Luplow. Let's see where the cutoff is. Here comes Ramirez. Here comes the throw. He didn't think it was going to get there. So Kansas City on the board.
Maton gives up a run and his night is over. Tito's going to go to Sam Hentges with 1 on, 1 out here in the second inning. Cleveland Clinic called. We believe that's part of the Sam Hentges contingent in Kansas City to watch him pitch here tonight. Originally scheduled to make his first big league start, but the Indians opting to go with an opener, and Phil Maton, after working a scoreless first, gives up back-to-back hits and a run here in the second, and now Hentges into the ballgame. 4th appearance of the year, got his first win coming out of the bullpen in the Yankees series. He's got Hanser Alberto with a runner at first base and 1 out. Foul back out of play. Hentges, the Minnesota native, was a 4th round pick in 2014 out of high school. That breaking ball got away, or did it hit him?
No, it was bounced in the dirt, and I think it deflected off Hedges and went straight up in the air. He tried to put a chest protector on, but it was way out in front of home plate on the breaking ball. You see, he really didn't have a chance. Looked like a hockey goalie right there. So it'll be a wild pitch.
Back out of play. Fastball, slider, curve, and change for Sam Hentges. He'll also cut that fastball, which almost every pitcher does nowadays. This fastball, he can get it up there in the mid to upper 90s. And a slow hook strikes him out. 2 down.
This is a nice curve ball that he's going to take a little more off of, get him to swing over the top, almost a back footer. So he gets the first guy he faces and a chance to get out of this inning, keep it a 1-0 ball game.
2 down for Nicky Lopez. Tell you what, for a left-handed hitter, he's the guy in this lineup that hits left-handers. 6 for 19 against the lefties for Lopez. Slaps it the other way, but it slices foul.
Some lefties don't mind facing lefties because it keeps their front shoulder in. They try to stay and use the opposite way, you know, so they can stay on the breaking ball. And he's not a guy that tries to pull and hit a home run, so he's just quick to the baseball, sort of like a line drive stroke. Had a base hit going the other way yesterday in a good at-bat on a good pitch.
And consequently, there are some young left-handed starters that we have seen who struggle against left-handed hitters. Maybe because they just haven't seen a lot of them.
True.
You know, whether it be high school, college, or early portions of their pro career. Certainly not the quality of left-handed hitters you're going to see at the big leagues.
Right.
That's for sure
is right.
0-2 pitch. Wow, nice block by Hedges, rather.
Yeah,
this is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky.
This one was way out in front of the plate. That was even farther out than the other one he threw. Watch this one. I mean, that doesn't even come into your picture. But he did a great job just to keep a protector on that.
I think we could get him a blocker pad for his throwing arm. Yeah, I think that would help him.
Well, good job there.
.98, but just off the dish. Infield plays Lopez straight up. The outfield shades him the other way. Wow.
He's sitting away, and there go back in. It's still a good pitch. It's still a good pitch. He's sitting right there on the inside part of the plate.
And the 3-2. In the air. Center field. Harold Ramirez grabs it in front of Luplo to end the inning. Royals score first. They lead it 1-0.
Another great perks. To buy a plan or for more info, call 216-420-HIT so you can visit Indians.com.
Yu Chang will lead off the third. Cleveland down 1-0. Mike Minor misses in off the plate. He has yet to give up a hit. He has walked 2, struck out 1. Six of Yu's 7 hits have come on the road so far this year. My goodness, he almost picked off somebody in the dugout, and I think he did. Harold Ramirez looks like he's okay. Just a flesh wound. High fly ball, shallow left. Lopez, the shortstop, in the foul ground. Whoa, stumbled, but he hung on for out number 1.
There you see, right? And he pulls it over into their dugout. It did. It got Ramirez, who was sitting up in the walkway.
Got to stay behind the screen.
Well, you don't have to, and that could happen if you don't. But I mean, even that screen there, if it gets above it, you better be quick.
The beauty of baseball is he just took one on the backside, and half those guys are. Zach Plesac has a stop laughing at me.
It's always funny when it's not you.
But it's not you, right?
Just like watching somebody fall down in the parking lot.
What's amazing to me, and you guys know this, is how many of these parks didn't have that in front of the dugouts for so long.
It never used to have.
Right, like we're at Progressive Field. Now look down there now. How in the world didn't someone get hurt in all
Oh, they
years?
did a few times.
And look, Arch laughs as soon as he said, "Oh, they did."
I know Mike Pockton knows the name of the player, but there was a game in Anaheim years ago. They've shown the clip.
3 times.
He hit 3 consecutive balls into the dugout. By the time the at-bat was over, the entire team was jammed up.
Really?
It was David Hulse of the Rangers.
I was going to say he's with the Texas Rangers, a left-handed hitter.
And he kept following him over.
And by the end of the at-bat, the entire team was
went
jammed
to the other way. They went over to the
dugout.
corner of the dugout. They were laughing. It was
He was laughing. He's like, "Oh my goodness."
He was embarrassed.
Yeah. And Merrifield goes out to grab that for out number 2. So first time through the order, the Indians 0 for 7 with the 2 walks against Mike Minor. So whatever mastery he has over a team from Cleveland, it continues so far here.
Well, 2 guys were taken from hits in that first time through too, and Hernandez was one of them. The great play that Alberto made at third to start the game.
Yeah, and then he made a nice play on Harold Ramirez.
Yes.
It should have been a double play in the second inning. And a ground ball right to short. They go 1-2-3 for the first time. 1-0 Kansas City.
Yeah, that comes at the end of the month.
Whit Merrifield leading off. Sam Hentges starting an inning now. Delivers a first pitch strike so he can use the full windup. Merrifield walked, stole a base, but was stranded at second base in the first inning. Hentges came on last inning, retired the only 2 batters he faced, the 8 and 9 hitters. Slowed it down. Tell you what, the nice thing about Hinch is that he's got power or fastball, but when he's commanding his secondary pitches, boy, the hitters all of a sudden you've got to really make a concerted effort. What am I going to sit on?
Well, once you prove you can throw your secondary pitches for strikes, he's making good pitches with that heater. And when he gets to 2 strikes, that's when the hitters have to change, is when you prove you can throw it for strikes.
And that gets through into center field, a base hit. Merrifield with his second hit in the series. And the Royals had their leadoff man aboard for the second time in 3 innings.
There's that fastball that he threw him before the pitch before that last one, and you can see this time he takes it up the middle with 2 strikes. Up and away, stayed on it.
Andrew Benintendi stepping in. We go to Andre.
Well, you asked a good question to Rick and I yesterday, Matt, about Andrew Benintendi. You said, how did he get traded to the Royals? So I did some digging, and we've talked about the home run ball, right, guys? That's been a lot of talk. Young hitters come up, and suddenly they want to hit home runs. Benintendi went to Arkansas. He's from the Cincinnati area. For whatever reason, after his first 2 years, Matt, he balked up 2 years ago before he went to spring training because he wanted to hit more home runs. And it ruined his swing. Now, in going a little bit deeper, he was one of those kids that growing up in Cincinnati. His dad said he never went to a swing coach. Why? Because he goes, his swing was so natural that we never messed with it. That's the swing that God gave to him. So his dad saw after he went to Boston and bulked up, he said, son, you don't look the same.
Yeah.
Basically what he did this offseason after he was traded over to the Royals is he lost the bulk. He's gone back to his swing. You guys talked about Salvi Perez opening up his swing. Benintendi's done the opposite. He's gone to closing his swing back up, going to more of the doubles approach. And really, it's taken until about the last 2 weeks for him to feel like he did when he was at Arkansas, when he was a kid down in Cincinnati playing baseball, and the swing's coming back, his average is coming back. But it basically took his father saying, you're not a home run hitter.
Dads know best. They watch you growing up as a kid, man. They know it.
And it's amazing that for a young kid like this, that he had no swing coaches or anything else when he was young coming up.
Hey, he's in a great park for doubles, triples, Mm-hmm. So if he can maintain, because when he was in Boston, he used to hit balls off the monster and go to left field. But sometimes you do. You get homer happy and you get caught into a trap.
Arch, you thought him playing at Fenway was perfect. I remember when we first watched him, you go, that kid could, he could hit there forever because he could use the wall going the other way.
Oh, yeah. You stay on the baseball. Left-handers can hit in that park because, then they try to come in. Then you can turn on some pitches.
He's hit in 9 of his last 10 games, batting .400. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think it was a good deal for Kansas City to go out and get him, but he knew Matheny.
Yes,
he
played with his son. Matheny's son played with him down in Arkansas, and Matheny went to the Royals and he said, he's not a problem. We can fix him. And he goes, we can fix him and get him back to who he is. And the Royals, they don't need a power hitter. They'll take him in the number 2 spot behind Whit Merrifield.
Absolutely. And plus he's a good defender too. He can cover that outfield, which you need there.
Runner goes, he shoots it to left, and Luplow played back on the ball. It'll be a one-hop single. Again, discretion being the better part of valor. He figures if he goes all out and misses, it's
you got to keep it in front. I think Merrifield was running on this pitch.
He was.
So there you go. He just stayed on it. Go the other way. Look at good swing. Gave himself up right there. That ball's lined, and we get a good look what Luplow does. He just stayed right there. I want to see this shot. Yeah, he couldn't commit on that ball. If it gets by you, it's going to be extra bases. Keep it in front of you.
on, nobody out. Carlos Santana to the plate. First pitch curveball and a beauty. Santana fouled out his first time up. Runners both go, and he spiked it. No play. And now the Royals, with the double steal, have second and third, nobody out.
Well,
9 steals for Merrifield and 5 for Benintendi.
that's a second for Merrifield tonight, so give him 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it's easier to steal third base off the left-hander, a big guy, especially when they had it timed, and they picked the perfect pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, so the Hedges had no chance. So now they're getting aggressive.
Right back to Hedges. Looks the runner back at third, gets the out at first, one away. Helps when you're 6'8".
Yeah, and you catch the ball. You didn't. There it was. I mean, that went right into his glove, and you make the easy put out at first base and hold the runners. And now Hedges wants to talk to him. You got Perez over here. He wants to go through the whole situation.
Well, something to be said here. Salvador Perez is 1 for 29 against lefties this year.
All right, they know that going in. And you know he's a free swinger. And
well,
you know he wants to get those RBIs in.
You've always said not every right-hander hits lefties because some of them don't like the ball coming in.
Right. Well, most righties like the ball going away. Everybody thinks because it's a lefty-righty matchup that, you know, right-handers kill lefties. That's not the case all the time.
And they go in.
I think most righties would rather have the ball going away from them.
It's plenty deep enough to get a run home. Will the Park hold it? They misplay it at the wall. But the Royals are only going to get a run because they didn't know what happened. And they've got the runner at second caught in a rundown. He doesn't know what happened. They're going to tag him out. Benintendi had no idea that the ball wasn't caught. And now the umpires are getting together.
He never touched the ball.
The ball hit the wall.
It was in play. Look at, they must have lost it in the twilight. Perez will stay on first base. The run will score, and Benintendi is going to be out. I'll tell you what, they must have lost the ball and couldn't see it. You know,
I've always said this is the worst idea in baseball. This building out-of-town scoreboard, you can't see.
Ramirez never even got the ball. It hit the ground, and then they see Naylor throwing it in.
You know, folks, when you're watching on TV, it's one thing, but when you're on the field or in the press box, when we're normally there, when that ball gets to that part of the wall, you can't see it. It's almost like the ball is camouflaged with those LED lit boards, and unfortunately, the players got deep this time.
So Perez is going to stay on first. The run's going to count. Benintendi's out.
Wait, where's Benintendi going?
He's out.
No. Wait a minute.
We just see him.
Here's Angel Hernandez in the middle of an absolute disaster emerging here.
Matt, you
cannot let Benintendi go to third base. He's out.
Yeah, he should be out. Nobody caught the ball.
You're right. It's hard to see. For their coaches not to see what happened, and for the umpires not to see what's happened,
Tito's going to get thrown out of the game. There's no way you can let this happen if you're Angel Hernandez. This is an absolute debacle. And Tito is letting him know it. You've got to protest this, right? Unless there's some kind of bizarre rule that we don't know about?
Well, look, they got it right on video. You can appeal or challenge that, can't you? I don't know what they're saying. What happened to Benintendi?
We'll find out in a week. This is ridiculous.
I've never seen anything like this. I don't know what was said. I'd love to find out.
There's no way on God's green earth Andrew Benintendi should be at third base. He was put out on the play.
And what is scored on this play?
It's a single because he never advanced past first base. It's a single and an RBI, and then Benintendi's got to be put out however many people touched the ball before they tagged him. You can't.
I've never seen this before. I'm confused.
The only possible explanation is that at some point the umpires called it a dead ball because they lost track of it.
So what? Right? They lose track of it every
I'm saying, but how else can you not be out if time wasn't called?
I got to wait to hear this. No, I don't know if we'll find anything out in the next few innings or what. I certainly hope so. And I mean, is that something Tito would have obviously challenged if he could have, right?
I'm telling you, unless there's video evidence, they had to have called dead ball time. Time had to have stopped for Benintendi not to be out in that manner. It's the only possible explanation, which still wasn't the right decision, and that's probably what Tito was arguing. Because you're right, Rick. Once the play is stopped by the umpires, you're out of challenges, reviews. There's nothing you can do. 2 down as Soler strikes out. The inning should be over.
Well, look at the umpires. You see all three of them out there. What do? They don't say a thing. There's not a signal out there on the field
Benintendi's
for
just
anybody
running
to
around.
see.
Now look at Angel Hernandez at first base. What was he motioning?
Was he saying it was out? He was saying like he was out.
Oh,
that's what it was happening. Like,
well, somebody's got to be out then. If he said somebody's out,
it's what it looked like. This is one part of replay I hate because we're the last to know.
Well,
and we have to sit here and talk about it. We don't know what to talk about.
Two things, two separate issues. One, there is no replay. And two, the umpires don't speak. They do not communicate. So everybody else in the park, the only people that know what happened right there are Tito and maybe Mike Matheny, because he probably got an explanation. But football and basketball and hockey, they can announce to everybody in the building and everybody watching what has happened on the field. But in baseball, we all have to sit and wonder. Back out of play. Two. Missed inside. Meanwhile, worst case scenario, another borderline pitch. You don't get the call for Henches, and the inning should have been long over by now, and he's forced to keep racking up the pitches. That's a strike. So now the bases are loaded. With 2 down, Carl Willis going to pay a trip. But this is worst case scenario.
Well, Carl just wants him to come out there and try and settle him down so he doesn't lose, focus of what he's got to do. If he can get out of this with just the 1-run scoring, it'd be A-OK. Now, they're still talking about it on the field here. I mean, the players are. They don't know what happened. And they're in the ball game.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Now he looks frustrated.
Yeah. Now it almost seems like he's aiming it because he's trying to throw a strike. Yeah. And if you're Taylor here, I would imagine he's going to take 1. He could take 2. Force him to try and throw 3 straight. Atta boy.
Naylor.
He doesn't.
Inning over. Royals get a run. Leave them loaded. 2-0 Kansas City.
2021, the Flex Voucher Plan. Plans start with as few as 20 vouchers and can be redeemed in quantities of up to 8. Vouchers also carry a discount off the box office pricing. Call 216-420-HITS or you can visit Indians.com.
Jordan Luplow will lead off the 4th inning with the Indians down 2-0. Mike Minor with a breaking ball for a strike. Luplow walked his first time up. And he gets that call. I mean, it's a good thing there aren't umpires here because I'd be gone.
I've seen someone thrown out of the booth before. That wouldn't surprise me.
Right center field, long run for Dozier, but he's there. One down. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. So Jacob deGrom scratched from tonight's start. He's going to have an MRI. That's never good news. And the fine print there, how about the Mets firing both of their hitting coaches? Not just Chili Davis, but the assistant as well.
It wasn't because of their actual play, though, according to the acting GM.
That's what he says. And
yeah.
If you believe that,
I've
got land to sell you somewhere.
Can I build a house on it?
Yes, sure you can. You can do whatever you want.
Make sure it has pontoons under it.
Yes. They said that Chili Davis and crew didn't fit the analytic look that they had.
Yeah. And
Arch, how do you figure that out after 23 games?
You don't. Yeah, you never fire anybody in the month of April or just early May.
It's one of the earliest.
Sure it is. Why'd you even bring him to camp?
Right. It's one of the earliest times a hitting coach has been fired in Major League Baseball history.
I mean, if someone's going to get fired, it's usually, and what I've seen is managers more so than coaches or something around the Memorial Day, right around the 40, 45 game mark.
2 down. Franmil Reyes coming up. What is Mike Minor doing that has been so perplexing for Indians hitters so far?
Well, a couple of guys hit the ball hard, and that was it. And I mean, he had 2 walks that first time through the lineup. I don't see him doing anything special. He's got a little change up.
And it's 0-2. High fly ball right field down the line, and it's foul. Santana. He wasn't going to get there. He was just hoping it wasn't going to drop in fair territory.
Yeah, that's a tough play for an infielder when your back's to the field and you're going. And this shows you the size of the playing field out there. It's tough to cover. Nobody in the right field was going to get there because they're playing Franmil over. You can see how he is. And
you got to give Lowe's credit, though. Look how far he ran.
He ran a long time, even though he knew he wasn't going to catch it because he was afraid it was going to fall, land fair.
His next at bat, I got a great story. I'll tell you about Santana and Bieber from spring training. And we always talk about knowing each other.
Yeah.
Got a funny story for you about that.
To finish your tease, he's due up 5th next inning.
They don't call you the best for no reason.
He want the breaking ball in the dirt. He threw it there, but Franmil's not biting.
He gets ahead of him and he tries to get him to chase. Now then he goes to nibbling. But the first pitch backed him off. The second pitch he wanted to get him to chase. One more time he may try to elevate that fastball because Perez wanted to go there. It looks like a changeup. Down and away. Good pitch.
Minor continues his mastery of the Indians offense tonight. Sam Henches winds it up. Hanser Alberto fights one off into shallow right field for a base hit. 6th hit of the night for Kansas City.
Yeah, they got the ball in on him, but he just pushed it the other way. Not a bad pitch. Sometimes you make them and guys get base hits, and this is a case in point, but he stayed on it. on the inner part of the baseball, and it flares it into right field. So a leadoff single now in the fourth.
One out for Nicky Lopez. Fly to center his first time up. And that was against Sam Hentges. The runner goes, and a slow grounder to second. Chang retreats to the bag to take the throw for out number one. And we'll get a Ganley Subaru game break without Pulowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, the Atlanta Braves today are getting a great game from Huascar Ynoa, who not only helped himself on the mound, he went 7 innings, didn't give up an earned run. He hit a grand slam.
Wow.
Jamie Garcia was the last Braves pitcher to do that back on July 21st of 2017, and Ynoa is also the first pitcher with a home run in back-to-back games since Steven Matz in September of 2018. Quite a night for him.
Boy, I'll say a grand slam and pitched 7 innings, no shutout innings. Awesome.
Yeah.
Top of the order, Whit Merrifield. Bounced one in there. Hedges has been active behind there.
I was going to say, we saw Matheny here in Cleveland start a running with Lopez, and he put the hit and run on, and he did it again, and that's your job. You know, he looked like he was going to square around the first pitch, but he didn't like it. So you start the runner, and he put the ball in play, and you get the guy in scoring position.
Well, they executed the double steal last inning against Hentges, so I'm wondering if maybe they've just got something also with his move. Whit Merrifield walked in the first, singled, and scored in the third.
Boy, he's had about 5 or 6 of those in the dirt that really is making Hedges work back there.
Don't know if that's a product of him trying to make that pitch too nasty.
Well, yeah, you want to keep it down, but he has Hedges all over the place tonight. This will be the second time going through the lineup, so they have an idea what that breaking ball is like. And you know, those are the ones he's throwing down, they're really non-competitive pitches because they don't have to even think about swinging the bat. That's just like, okay, I don't have to worry about that one. And you figure, oh, maybe the next pitch will be a break or a fastball because he doesn't want to bounce it again.
Rick, the Indians really feel like the last step in Sam Hentges' development as a major league pitcher is for him to get over the hurdle that every young pitcher has to clear, and that is trusting that your stuff is good enough to get big league hitters out. The organization feels very strongly that he is going to be a successful pitcher. He has all the tools. But sometimes we see this, not every, I mean, to some degree, we have been spoiled a little bit with how good and how far along the competitive instincts, the maturity level of a Shane Bieber and some of these other young pitchers, Savali. But not every pitcher is like this. Sometimes young pitchers, they come up here and all of a sudden for the first time their good stuff is getting hammered and they start to nibbling, or they just don't trust that it's going to be good enough.
The only way you find out is go on out there and pitch.
But
his innings pitch.
The difference, and not to cut anybody off, with Hentges, and this is the tug of war that the Indians are going through with him. He's from Minnesota.
Fly ball left field, shallow, dropping Luplow. Dives and makes the catch. Throw back to second, double play. Well, Sam Henches needed that in the worst way. They get him out of the inning with a spectacular play by Jordan Luplow with a diving effort and then a strong throw to second. Fifth inning, 2-0 Kansas City. Indians looking for their first hit of the night. Harold Ramirez to lead it off, 0 for 1. And a big, slow curveball from Mike Minor. He has walked 2, struck out 1.
All right, Minor now at 60 pitches. So normally he's very good the first 60 pitches he throws, a 188 average. Tonight they're 0 for 11, and Ramirez down 0-2. And then after that 60 pitch mark, it's a 325 average. We'll see if that takes place because it's the second time through the lineup now.
And a fly ball to right. Dozier. 1 down. Spectre Mobile replay.
Coming in, and you got to sell out right there. They didn't know what to do. They were caught in between on the bases. Alberto doubled off. Nice play by Luplow to come up and go right to second base and get Henches out of the inning. That's a nice play. Look at that, firing up the dugout.
They need something.
Yes, they do.
They haven't been able to generate anything with the bats, so.
Last night it was the 2 out hitting that and the leadoff man. Tonight they're just trying to get a hit.
Josh Naylor fly to left, his only time up. Naylor digs in. And a ground ball through the middle of the infield. They were playing him way over with the shift on. He didn't hit it hard, but he hit it in the perfect spot. The Indians have their first hit of the night.
I think they tried to sneak one inside here. I think that's what Minor wanted to do. But he didn't get down on the trademark enough. He was able to get enough of the bat head out to get it through the infield. They were playing him to pull. You see how far Merrifield was over there in the hole. So the Indians finally get their first hit.
Ahmed Rosario takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Gets away, down to second goes Naylor on the wild pitch. So the Indians have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight.
I'll tell you, between both these ball clubs, there have been enough balls thrown out in front of home plate. Those catchers have been very busy tonight.
New set of signs with a runner at second base for the first time.
Well, you get a base hit here and get a run in there, and you got a little life going. He got him the first time up on a breaking ball down. See if they stay down there with it.
I think the book on Ahmed is that he is such an aggressive hitter that he will go out of the strike zone. You know, they bounced one in there and he swung at it first time up.
Yeah, but he took the best pitch in the at-bat, the first pitch fastball.
Chased one there to strike out. Both strikeouts for Minor against Rosario.
Yeah, and both of them out of the strike zone. This one, he couldn't have hit that with an ironing board.
I'd like to see him try that once.
No, be a little tardy.
Not very aerodynamic. Here's Yu Chang, fouled out, his only time up.
Arch, sounds like you've tried that before.
Oh, I have. Something a boat or a few things. That's got better wood.
Popped up, right field, near the line. Santana, long run, and a slide by Dozier. Neither one of them could get there.
We're going to tire those two guys out tonight if we keep hitting that. That may be a good thing. Carlos is going to need oxygen when he gets back into the dugout.
Comes the train. Get off the tracks. He got a piece of it, says the home plate umpire. Salvador Perez arguing to no avail.
It's so hard to tell. Can't tell. Didn't look like it there. It looked like there was some space.
Well, you've got another opportunity, even though it is an 0-2 count. He lays off. And now back to even. Two-two pitch. Rip foul, third base side. Chang's only hit in his last 21 at-bats drove in a pair of runs. He's put up a good battle here after getting down on the count 0-2, and Mike Minor is grinding his way through this at-bat, calculating each and every pitch.
Change up a little down. See how Perez snatches that ball and brings it up.
Full count. Came back with it, struck him out, inning over. Halfway through, 2-0 Kansas City. More plate appearances this year. And as that fastball from Sam Hentges misses up and in.
So, gentlemen, I was talking with tomorrow's starter Shane Bieber earlier today, and I said, you know, we talk about who has the advantage when you see a guy that you used to play with and you know very well, like Carlos Santana. And before I could finish, I'll let Sam take care. Before I could finish, Bieber cut me off and he goes, Dre, it already happened in spring training. He goes, I was working on some stuff in spring training. I throw a get-me-over fastball, first pitch to Santana, and he takes the biggest swing that he can, and he pops up. And he goes, I yell at him, hey, you're not allowed to do that. That's not who you are. And Santana goes, not against you, Poppy. So he goes, I don't know what he'll do against me tomorrow, but I will be ready for him to swing early. He goes, and we've told all our pitchers, don't think Carlos is going to let you get ahead because he knows us very well.
Oh, yeah. He knows tendencies.
Long fly ball, deep center. Park's not big enough. Into the fountains, splashdown for Salvador Perez. 3-0 Kansas City. It's his 7th home run of the year and his 2nd run batted in of the night.
Seventh home run for.
He's a notorious first pitch swinger. He's aggressive early in the count.
Well, he gets a fastball and he didn't miss it. Look at that swing down and through it. He had it timed beautifully. So they put one more on the board, landing in one of the fountains.
The tail of the tape on that one, 460. Coming into tonight, and see, this is where I don't know if it's just bad execution or not using the scouting report. He was 7 for 15 with 3 home runs on the first pitch coming into tonight. You know he's going to be looking there.
Oh, well, as most hitters do, they look for their spot. First pitch fastball.
It goes back to what Shane Bieber and I were talking about with Carlos Santana. You got to throw quality pitches to him. You cannot just throw a get-me-over pitch to it.
In the air, right center.
Boy, there's some communication problems out there in the outfield.
Well, you've got a new center fielder that just got here yesterday.
There's been problems out there all year long.
Rotating door in center field.
No doubt.
Generally the captain of your outfield.
And the one didn't even, he got a hit on the ball.
That's a gift.
No kidding.
That's
the ball that they missed.
We think.
Yeah. We sure about that?
We still haven't heard.
You know, Matt, you were talking about Sam Hentges and just where he's at in his development and comparing him to some of the other younger starters that we've seen with the Indians over the last couple of years. And I had someone within the organization say with Sam, he was drafted out of high school. He came up in Minnesota. We all know what the weather's like here in Cleveland and Minnesota. He didn't have the opportunities that a kid in California or Florida had. during his high school season. He doesn't have the reps that we've seen with all these other young pitchers. And then you had the pandemic last year. So really, imagine if he would have got 150 innings last year in the minors, how more advanced he'd be today than he is. And I think the Indians right now, because of the situation, have had to push him along a little faster than they would most starters at this point in time.
Yeah, 2 years ago he pitched 128 innings.
Right.
Year before that, 118.
And that was Akron, I believe, 2 years ago.
Yep.
Most of that, right? So, a little bit like last night when we saw on the other side Lynch making his major league debut. Only had pitched above, I think, double. I think he was at high A, was as high as he had gotten. We're going to see a lot of pitchers, I feel, in the next year that probably are about half. They shouldn't be here yet, Arch, I guess is what I'm saying. But the circumstances are pushing them up here because the time says they got to be here.
And Chris Antonetti talked about that back in spring training or, prior to the season starting, just about, hey, we're not the only team in that boat. Everybody in baseball is dealing with pitchers developmentally, position players who've missed an entire season of reps, at bats, innings, all of those things. You just got to deal with it the best way you can. Nick Sandlin up in the Cleveland bullpen. Sam Henches gives up the 2-out double here to Hunter Dozier. And he stays locked in.
I was going to
say 2 for 2 tonight. So that means he is now 6 for his last 11, all 6 extra base hits.
He is seeing the ball as well as I've ever seen him. He is, that's going to do it. Tito sees the end in sight right there, and I totally agree.
Officially, let's see, Tribe, former second-round pick 3 years ago, 67th overall selection.
Yeah, he pitched in Chicago, right? That's where his
scoreless inning.
Parents and everybody, they were there. Got a chance to see him. Did a nice job.
Right-handed sidearm delivery. But he can rush it up there. He's no soft tosser. And a fastball strike to Michael Taylor.
We noticed his first time out. It seems like it gets on the hitters quicker than they see. The way he sort of hides the ball as he turns and throws. You don't pick up his arm very well.
Taylor, who had an RBI single in the second, already has 5 multi-hit efforts for Kansas City this year.
Yeah, he got off to a great start the first time we played him earlier in the year. He was hitting everything in sight. Well, you got to get out of this one. Keep it a 3-0 ball game, and then you got that offense has got to go to work or get into that 6th inning.
Tied him up. Good pitch by Nick Sandlin. Inning over. 5 complete. It's now Kansas City 3, Cleveland nothing.
Town this weekend for the final 3 games of the Ohio Cup. Fans attending Saturday's game will receive a 2021 Magnet schedule. That'll be courtesy of Progressive. Great seats are still available. Get them at Indians.com, or you can use the ballpark app.
Sixth inning, Tribe down 3-0. Austin Hedges leads it off. They have one hit tonight through 5. Mike Minor has struck out 3 and walked 2. And a liner caught out number 1. Mid-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. In the second, Michael Taylor with an RBI single off Phil Maton, who served as the opener tonight. Then in the third, a bizarre play that rightfully earned a run for Kansas City. That should have been the second out of the inning. It didn't lead to any more than that. And then Salvador Perez with a solo homer to make it 3-0. What that play did, though, is it forced Sam Hentges to make a lot more pitches in that inning than he should have. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, the more you get me thinking about it, I'm still curious. We haven't heard anything. You're not going to hear anything until the end of the game. And when we drive home, and it's crazy. Never seen anything like that.
There's a line drive, base hit down the left field line. That'll get into the corner. Cesar Hernandez will pull into second base with a one-out double. It's his 4th double of the year.
Okay, here comes the changeup and speeds up his bat. He didn't locate it very well, and Hernandez took advantage of it. Stayed middle of the plate, pulled it down the line. So now you have a runner in scoring position, and it's about time you got to start getting on the board right now. That 3-run lead, you want to cut into that.
Jordan Luplow walked in the first, fly to right in the 4th.
The hitters are caught in between. I know what you're thinking. You were wondering, saying how they doing this. We see them a lot of times when they face left-handers that aren't overpowering. It seems like they're not sitting on one of the 2 pitches. He has the curveball, the changeup, and a fastball. And
Arch, I told you before the game, people are crushing his fastball. Like, I'm not attacking you, but I'm telling you, like, if I can find it.
You can't attack me. Go talk to those guys that are taking it.
I will. I mean, if I can tell you people are crushing Mike Minor's fastball, how does a 90-mile-per-hour fastball down the middle get taken?
I can't answer that question. That's when you're trying to cover every pitch that he throws,
and that's
instead
impossible.
of sitting on one
right.
and eliminating the process and eliminate doubt.
And we've had that conversation throughout the week, and I think what I've taken from that is, as a major league hitter, you can't cover both sides of the plate in every pitch a pitcher has.
No,
right?
No, not these guys. Not these guys that don't throw hard. The ones that throw the good fastballs, that's all they'll sit on.
Right.
But I mean, we see it in Keuchel, we see it in other guys, but he has enough off-speed stuff. You've got to stay patient.
Right.
But when you get the fastball, you better hit it.
Got to do work with it.
Well, he's opened the door.
You made it.
With the walk, you've got 2 on, 1 out. Jordan Luplow going down to first, and Jose Ramirez has not had a good night at the plate for one of the few times this year. He's 0 for 2, bounced into a double play on a slow chopper in the first, and then fouled out to the catcher in the 4th inning. So we'll see what, if any, adjustments Jose makes coming into this at bat. Let's get a word here from Cleveland Clinic.
Cleveland Clinic. For the last 100 years and the next.
You know, in Chicago, Jose made the point after the game, trying to remember who the pitcher was, but he said, I knew he was going to throw that changeup, and I knew he was going to throw it middle in. I mean, I was looking for it in there, and he didn't miss it.
Evan Marshall.
It was Evan Marshall
kept getting him with the change.
So he doesn't have the same book with Mike Minor, so I don't know what he goes up to try and sit on here.
Well, you haven't seen him. The last time they saw him, he was with the Texas Rangers, and that was in 19.
Well, his fastball is like a changeup for Jose. You almost want to have the same mindset, right? 90 for him is
but it's the slower stuff that sets up his 90-mile-an-hour fastball. If he just threw that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, Jose would be hurting fans in the stands. But that's the pitch there, 79-mile-an-hour curveball. And they get caught in between. He's keeping the Indians' offense off balance, is what he's doing. And he's done it his whole career.
Action in the Royals bullpen. Minor nearing the end of the line. Smash down the line, foul. He was a little bit out in front of it.
Wasn't hard enough, Andre. That's why he hit it foul.
Gonna hurt somebody if that wall wasn't so high. And he'll probably go back to the off-speed stuff now, right?
I would think so.
You would think, at least for the next two pitches, he's going to make Jose get himself out. It's not going to be in the strike zone. I'll be shocked.
Unless it's a mistake. He certainly won't throw anything in the zone intentionally. See, they're not on the same page.
Well, it doesn't help that Minor's very, very judicious, especially once you get runners on base.
Yeah, he has no tempo or rhythm like some starters get into. I know he's at the end of the line. He doesn't want to lose it now on a 3-0 lead.
He's not a quick worker when there's nobody on base. You get runners on, man.
That's how most pitchers are. And then you get into the bullpens, it's the same way now.
Hello?
Bullpen phone.
That sounded like the bullpen phone.
It was. They're ordering a pizza.
Is he ready? Not yet. Give it 2 more minutes.
Schneck had his friend go out there and put it out into the bullpen.
Here is the 1-2. And a foul back. He didn't want that pitch where it was, but Jose just fouls it away.
By the way, that pizza will be here in 20 minutes.
Good. Getting hungry.
Yeah.
They were in KC,
See,
man.
He made a mistake there.
They're bringing us ribs. They ain't bringing pizza. We're getting KC ribs.
Okay.
Were they flying him in?
I've tried.
Now the 1-2. Slow roller to third. Scoop. Throw. He beat it out. Oh, they called him out. Oh, man, it looked like Jose was down the line and had gotten there.
They'll review this. That looked like he was on the base.
DeMarlo Hale.
They're waiting to see. Let's see.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, he's on the base before he got the ball. I don't even see where the umpire was in that shot. Where's he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, okay. This has got to be. He looks safe. Let me just put it down. After tonight, I don't know what's going to happen.
If he's not safe, I'm done.
I'm surprised we're allowed to challenge. There you go. You get the look. He's on the base, and there it is.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. Oh, no kidding. All right, so that's an infield single.
I'd love to hear what Tito's saying right now.
Oh, no, that's a good thing he's got that mask on.
Well, that's it for Mike Minor. Mike Matheny makes the move. The bases are loaded, 1 out. 6th inning, Indians down 3. They've got a fighting chance, though, here in Kansas City. Presumably to face one hitter. Well, no, probably 2. He needs 2 outs here.
Yeah, this is a tough guy. He's been in it. He's been a closer before, and right now, this is the save for Kansas City.
That's what I was thinking, Rick.
You know, you've got bases loaded. It's the only chance they've had to this point tonight. If they can shut this down, they'll be okay. But the Indians have to get on the board now. This is their save.
Franmil Reyes walked in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. But man, he has thrived in these situations so far this year. 3 for 4 last night, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in.
Remember that right field side with this guy. He'll throw a lot of breaking balls. That's the first pitch just to back him up. Show the he did the same thing, Ramirez. You show him, move your feet. He's not going to stay there.
Interesting, you mentioned right field. Dozier is really deep in right field. It's not often that you see the opposite fielder playing that deep, but he's way back.
Yeah, but the big man, they know he can hit it that way. That's his power. He hit one short hop the wall last night in the game.
Tying run at first base. And a chopper foul. 1 and 2. The Indians so far on the trip are 2 for 2 with the bases loaded. Starting pitcher Mike Minor. He's responsible for all 3 on base. Slow chopper. It got by the shortstop Lopez. The Indians will score 2, and the tying run goes to 3rd. Oh, the Indians catch a break. Franmil Reyes puts the ball in play. Cesar Hernandez, Jordan Luplow both scamper home, and Jose Ramirez hustling all the way to 3rd base.
Yeah, and instead of just trying to catch the ball or knock it down, he tried to backhand it. You were not going to get a double play here. You were only going to get 1 out. And he couldn't make the backhanded play. Not that it was an easy one, but a break for the Indians. They're on the board. They're back in the ball game. And Reyes again, man, when you're going good and you do well against the team.
Error charge to the shortstop Lopez. They will give Franmil 1 RBI. And now a line drive base hit into left field ties the game. Harold Ramirez wasting no time. It's 3-3 and all 3 charged to Mike Minor. So that didn't take long. The big man puts it in play. Lopez couldn't come up with the in-between hop. And then Harold Ramirez jumps on that first pitch breaking ball.
Yes, he did. He got the slide. And the hustle of Ramirez made that play easier because he could just walk home from 3rd base, but he went from 1st to 3rd on that play that they called an error on by Lopez. So
I'd like to put the official scorer out there and have him try to make that play.
Yeah, exactly. They'll give Perez a hit when the guy should catch the ball in the air, but they won't give a hit there.
Let's see.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
Stop.
I want to get you rolling.
Freddie Patek.
Oh, boy. All right, we're even.
Oh, that was nice. I was worried Matty wasn't going to make it. We were going to escort him out of Progressive Field. It's only us here.
I already called the wagon.
Oh. It's not over yet,
It's
boys.
not over.
I
You're
know.
right.
We're just starting. We're just loosening up.
Like I said, Arch, the third act doesn't start till the 7th inning.
That's right. But this is the inning that the Indians had to get on the board, and they certainly did. They did it with one out. Hernandez hit a double. Luplow, walk. Ramirez, infield single. They had to overturn it. And then Reyes puts it in play. And now we got a tie game, so we're in business. Get more.
Josh Naylor goes up the ladder and fouls it back. Naylor with his first home run of the year last night. And capped that 5-run inning for Emil Reyes, saying afterwards, he goes, I don't know if you can hear me on the mic in the dugout, but I was hollering for him. You know, he's hit some balls hard. He said he knew sooner or later he's going to hit some home runs. Nice block by Perez. And I know look, players love home runs. And I know a lot of fans love home runs. I like the fact that this guy's crushing doubles. Got 11 doubles to lead the team. And there's nothing like gap-to-gap action. That gets.
You know what? Home runs come from good swings and good at-bats. You know, they'll come with it's a byproduct of putting up a good at-bat and getting your pitch and just staying on a baseball.
Kind of what his home run last night was.
Right, it hit the top of the wall and ricocheted over, but I mean, he's driven the ball to left center field, and you know, you'll get your home runs when you put up great at-bats.
Five straight have reached with one out here in the 6th. And Naylor's trying to keep the pressure on Holland and the Royals with this 2-2 count. And a good take. I figured he was going to try to get him to really chase one that he couldn't get the bat to and spoil.
Well, can he do it 3-2? That's the thing, because this guy doesn't give in.
He got him. That's a pretty good pitch.
That was paint. That was an unbelievable pitch. Not a whole lot you can do after he sort of lulled him to sleep with that pitch before that. That had the knees on the outside corner. Gets the second out.
So Ahmed Rosario, who has struck out both times tonight, will try to break the tie if he can come up with the 2-out hit.
Yeah, the innings were just starting last night when you got to 2 outs. With a 5-run lead.
I'm sure Shaw said he's available, but I'm sure Tito's not going to go to him.
See the first man out.
Yeah. Clase may not be 3 or 4. I'll take that back, but I know.
Bunt. They'll go to second, and a good play there. Lopez did well just to keep his foot on the bag because that ball looked like it was ticketed for center field.
Well, you know what happened? The pitchers sometimes, man, they get so hyped up and the game speeds up on them. You know, he heard somebody yelling 2-2-2, but man, take your time. You're not going to get a double play. Just make a good throw. You see, he was able to come down and get on the base. They do get the lead runner.
Now Cesar Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Jake Brentz was a high school draft pick of the Blue Jays 8 years ago. 11th rounder from Manchester, Missouri, which is outside of St. Louis. Hard thrower, but really, bounced around a lot. He was traded 2 years after the Blue Jays drafted him. He went to Seattle for Mark Lowe. Down low. Then the Mariners traded him to the Pirates. And he signed with the Royals as a free agent August 2 years ago. You can kind of see right away the issues, and it's nothing we haven't seen a million times before. Great arm,
97.
Consistency,
You see a break,
repeating that delivery.
Change up.
Oh, man. Hernandez takes issue with the call. 2 down.
Now watch the velocity on this. It's 98, and he's giving it at the bottom of the zone. And you see Perez pull it up. I mean, that's a hard way to hit.
Timeout for pitching change. Intentionally walked Josh Naylor, but he got out of the inning without allowing a run. Had a strikeout. I wanted to, when we brought up the goofy play in that third inning, what was it? A double play? No, Hosey made the great play quickly to get out of the inning. The one thing I wanted to say is this. Look, there are always going to be plays that are hard for umpires. Things are going to happen. And, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But in that situation, what NFL officials have learned, and probably in other sports as well, is that replay is your safety net.
Yeah, it's your friend.
Right?
Should be.
Let the play out. And if you miss something, he can always challenge it and go back. Oh, sorry, we didn't see that. But to just arbitrarily tell Tito, oh, sorry, we had to stop the play in the middle, so we're going to let that guy go to third. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't care what their explanation is after the game. It still won't make sense.
I just want to know what happened. I want to hear that first.
I want to hear that first, and to go off of what Matt's saying. If they made the mistake, why didn't they make Benintendi stay at second base at least?
Yeah.
Why does he get to advance? And the runner from third gets to advance. That's my problem. Like, if you missed it, then either keep the bases loaded or make it first and second.
How about a do-over?
Might as well.
No mulligans.
Yeah. Ghost man on first. Let's do it again.
No, we'll find. I mean, I'm done with it until I hear what he says. And he's been in hot water before. And he's the crew chief, so he should answer.
And he'll be behind the plate tomorrow.
Well, let's get a win tonight.
And you know what? Publicly, it needs to be said. Maybe it's already been said. Baseball needs to have better communication of what is happening on the field.
Absolutely,
for our
right.
fans, for the listeners, for the viewers.
Everybody else can do it.
Every other sport.
Every other sport does it, not baseball. The umpires don't talk. And why, I have no idea.
You've got communication devices everywhere.
That's why you have crew chiefs. Why do you have a crew chief if the chief can't talk?
Right.
And the object of the whole thing is to get it right. Get everything correct. So, nobody has issues with it.
2-2. And look, I also understand that our sport, with the rule book that they have, it is not easy. And I was talking, I was reminded of this because I was talking to a friend the other day who grew up in England. He's a soccer, rugby guy, and he said, when I came to America trying to learn baseball, he said, wow, it took a long time because he said your rules are really complicated.
Yes, they are.
And you know,
we don't even understand them.
Sometimes you start thinking about it, like try to explain this game to somebody who's never seen one before, and you're like, I'm just going to give up.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while. Breaking ball locked him up. Josh Staumont gets the last out of the inning. Stretch time in KC. We're tied at 3.
Any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Nick Whitgren coming on to pitch now for the Tribe. What a job by Nick Sandlin in just his second big league appearance. He faced 4 batters and retired all 4 of them. And that's exactly what they needed when they scored to tie the game.
Sure, you got to go right back out there and get 3 quick outs and get your offense back in. He did that. Now it's time for the bullpen to put a 0 on the board.
Nick Whitgren will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Fastball strike, bottom of the zone. Andrew Benintendi 1 out of 3 on the night. But he hit a ball that could have opened this thing up for Kansas City in the 4th inning. A line drive to left. Jordan Luplow made a nice sliding catch and then got up and doubled off the runner at second base to end the inning. Now, why don't you call that one?
It's been inconsistent for 2 nights.
That was a strike the last inning. That was the same pitch we just saw.
Well, this inning or this half inning, it's not.
Slow rolling at first. And there's the out call. I've been told by my very highly placed sources in Kansas City that they are efforting a pool reporter to talk to the crew chief following the game.
Rightfully so.
We'll see how that goes.
Well, it should be. Hey, players, you have to talk to the media after the game and explain right from wrong and good or bad.
I take the under on that happening.
Well, it should happen. If it doesn't happen, there should be an investigation.
Well, at the very least, we'll hear from Terry Francona whatever was relayed to him by the crew chief, acting crew chief. Swing and a miss. And a ball down in the dirt. 1-2 the count.
Quick pitch.
And Santana pops it up.
That's it. We've seen Whitgren do that, man. He's got one by him.
Last run the Royals got came in the 5th. A first pitch fastball, and Salvador Perez hit it out of the park.
Yeah, now that this year the Indians pitching, that was the 10th home run allowed on the first pitch. And you know Perez is one of those guys that'll do it. That's the second most in Major Leagues. Texas has given up 11 first pitch homers.
Slow chopper. And Nick Whitgren with a 1-2-3 7th. We go to the 8th. Still deadlocked. Jose Ramirez will lead off for Cleveland. He hit a slow roller up the third baseline in the 6th. He was called out by Angel Hernandez, but the Indians quickly challenged that and overturned the call. That loaded the bases, and then the Tribe was able to pounce, scoring 3 runs to tie the game. We'll show that to you coming up here. First, here's Ramirez. Josh Stallman with a fastball that's called a strike.
Yes, the Indians haven't been able to do much offensively except that 6th. I think the only two leadoff men have been on, and both walks. One back in the 2nd and one back in the 7th inning.
But way up out of the zone. Oh, the bottom fell out.
Kid has nasty stuff, and that was a pretty nice sequence he just pitched to Jose Ramirez.
Here is our Miller moment back in that 6th inning. With the bases loaded, Franmil Reyes hit a ball that took a wicked hot, went by Lopez, 2 runs scored. Next pitch. Harold Ramirez ties it up with an RBI single to the left. Franmil Reyes. They took a hit and an RBI away from him on that official scoring decision.
But all the runs were earned in that inning, though, correct? I think it is. I think all three are earned. Stalmont has a pretty good feel for that breaking ball, the curveball tonight. Back to that breaking ball again.
Missed it inside. 2-2. Stalmont didn't want to throw the fastball. Let's come back with a breaking ball.
Yeah, he went from 0-2 to 3-2, and that's the difference today. Everybody tries to strike everybody out instead of trying to just get him out.
Salvador, he figured, well, that's what you want to throw. Let's throw it.
Yeah, well, hang one. Let's see if he can get him.
He walked him. So now a one-out base runner for Harold Ramirez. And if I don't miss my bet, if Harold sees one close to the strike zone, he's swinging. First pitch.
Well, he's really aggressive. Tito said that yesterday. We were talking to him that he's an aggressive guy. He likes to swing the bat.
It's one thing for somebody to tell you he's aggressive, and then I mean he came out of the on-deck circle swinging.
Well, let's see. Maybe he can get a pitch. Maybe he can get a fastball. He's a good fastball hitter.
That was off the plate. Harold has 3 hits and 8 at-bats since joining the ball club. He tried to lay off, but the umpire said he went around.
He did. Well, there's the Indians in Seattle, tied at 27 runs from the 6th inning on, plus 27. That's good when you have a good bullpen. Now if you're Reyes, look for a pitch in the dirt if you can to get to second base if he bounces one like that.
There it was, and there goes Franmil.
Thank you.
Archie, the omnipotent.
That's what you do late in the game. He fell in love. That's all he threw, curveballs to Reyes. And I mean, they've been throwing breaking balls in the dirt all night long. There's his curveball. He spikes it. You have to be ready for it. That one was way out in front, so now he's in scoring position. There you go. That's what you need, a little break. Now you need a hit. I mean, how many times have we seen the ball in the dirt at home plate tonight?
It's been a struggle for both catchers.
I mean,
to
Tommy
keep it
would
in front.
run out of his broom. His broom would lose whiskers if he kept sweeping home plate. I mean, there had to be 20 of them.
Whiskers or bristles?
Bristles.
Okay, just let me check.
Yeah. It didn't come to mind. First thing I thought of is his beard. Whiskers.
Quick thing to throw in there. Before the game, Eddie Rosario is sitting out because his knee is bothering him. I'm curious if he'll be available for a pinch hit possible in the ninth.
Oh, man, that nailed Salvi. He's going to need a minute. Right on the inside of the knee. Find a spot where there's no padding and a catcher will get hit there.
Oh.
And he's, look, he's a Gold Glove catcher. He doesn't need me to defend him, but he's one guy that he doesn't go down to that one knee stance out of laziness. He's just because he's so doggone big. It's the only way he can really get low enough when he wants a really low target. But, boy, you leave yourself exposed when you do
sure
that.
do.
2-2 for Harold Ramirez. Shoots it fair down the right field line. Coming around third with the go-ahead run. Franmil Reyes will score. Harold Ramirez has delivered with his second RBI hit of the night. 4-3 Cleveland. And he just took that pitch that was up and away and shot it between Santana and the first base bag.
Yeah, and you have to go back to that 0-2 walk and then a wild pitch, and he tries to throw the heater away, and look at him stay right on it. And this guy, when you throw that hard right inside the bag, beautiful job of hitting right there. So the Indians take their first lead of the night, and it's late in the ball game when they're at their best.
Plus 28 for the moment. Josh Naylor, 1 out of 3 tonight.
Well, they sort of wrap that up for him. You get that key hit after the walk, then a wild pitch. You get a runner in scoring position, take advantage of it.
It's plus 31. I didn't realize that was from the 6th inning. I thought it was from the 7th inning on. So from the 6th inning on, they scored 3 in the 6th tonight. So that's 4 more. Yeah. So plus 31 now for the Indians. Ooh. Josh went after one in the dirt. One ball and 1 strike. I mentioned it, Stallmont got through the inning last night. He's got a tremendous arm. Nobody's going to debate that, but you would think with his stuff he would just blow right through an inning, but a lot of pitches.
Well, you get to 0-2 and then you throw nothing but the curveballs and walk the guy. I mean, your leadoff hitter. No, that wasn't the leadoff hitter. That's with 1 out. To me, you've got to attack hitters. But that's what I say. I say people go after strikeouts. Make the pitch to your strength and that hitter's weakness.
High fastball, hit it the other way. Beautifully placed, coming around third. Harold's going to try to score. The throw is nowhere near anybody. It's backed up by the pitcher, Stallmont. Well, Josh Naylor happy with the RBI single. The Indians' lead is now 5-3.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to, and Mike Sarbo at third base, he have the lead. Let's go. You're going to score here. 97, you take him the other way. Benintendi, terrible throw. You know, he's got to charge him, but you got to send him there. He does a nice job staying aggressive. That throw way off line.
So we've got a timeout for a pitching change. Sarby waving them on home. The Indians have scored twice in the 8th to take a 5-3 lead. For Kansas City when Josh Staumont struck out Jose Ramirez, but then Franmil Reyes walked.
0-2 walk. Wild pitch into the dirt. And then a beautiful piece of hitting right there by Ramirez, stayed on it. Indians take the lead. And then add on again. That is, I mean, that's beautiful. I will say this, though. The Kansas City pitchers in these first two games have been so deliberate when they come out and have slowed the way this baseball game is played. The only guy that pitched well was Daniel Lynch, their starter last night. The young kid had a nice rhythm going, you know, and he was taken out of the game early, and he wasn't allowed to finish. So after that, you get into that bullpen. And I'll tell you what, it's going to take a long time when you're playing Kansas City. Remember that.
Well, and remember this. In the 6th inning of this game, Mike Minor went into the 6th inning, had allowed one single, one hit. And then he gave up a 1-out double, walk, a little infield hit, bases loaded. And then Mike Matheny went for the juggler. He went to Greg Holland to try to end that inning right there, and Greg Holland couldn't get the job done. Gave up a couple of, well, an error, but
they scored 3 that
They scored
inning.
3 on him, yeah. And now the Indians doing what they have done better than anyone to date, and that is scoring late from the 6th inning on. They have the best run differential in baseball. Tyler Zuber comes in, restores some order for the Royals.
those that extra 2 runs that they added like they did last night in that inning, it makes a big deal because you can go out there a little looser now. You're not with the bullpen the way you usually set it up. Quantrill has an opportunity to go out and be aggressive. He's past the first 4 hitters in that lineup.
Breaking ball in the dirt. So Ahmed Rosario goes from shortstop to center field. Harold Ramirez goes from center field to left. And Jordan Luplow is out of the ball game. Fouled back. And one of the reasons why we're seeing Cal Quantrill in the 8th inning is that this is day 5 of the road trip. And already on this road trip, Brian Shaw's pitched 3 times, James Karinchak has pitched 3 times, Emmanuel Clase has pitched 3 times. And I don't know how big of a difference it makes. I know there is some consideration, but Shaw and Karinchak both have gone on multiple innings.
Yeah, I saw. Yes, Shaw did. And he did it last night and had a 5-run lead. I figured he has to be done today. So tonight you got to use these other guys, but that's what helps. There it is. You stayed on it. You get that first out. Always big.
Nice pitch by Cal Quantrill right here.
And right into the glove. Yes, it was. Right into the glove. You have Bieber going tomorrow for the Indians, so you figure he could get you deep into the game. At least that's what your mind thought.
You hope, yeah.
Thought process works that way. This is the guy that's locked in for Kansas City. He's seeing the ball as well as anybody in that lineup.
Takes a healthy hack, but
What'd
it's
you
fouled.
say? His last 6 hits have all been extra base hits, huh?
Yeah.
He has 2 doubles tonight, and I got to say that first one back in the second when he came around to score was a hustle double.
Yeah, true.
Right out of the batter's box. I mean, it was hit to left field. Luplow didn't get to the ball quick enough and get it in, and he beat the throw into second base.
Now the 1-1. One down, bottom of the 8th, and Hunter Dozier down on the count. And hard smash to third where Jose Ramirez stays with it and throws him out 2 away.
Almost caught that one in the air.
Yeah.
It was a real short hop, but a nice throw across. 2 outs.
Funny how, all short hops are not created equal, right? That one looked like the one you want.
Yeah, because couldn't have taken a bad hop.
There's a little blooper into right field for a hit. Michael Taylor's second of the night, so that gives him 6 multi-hit games this year. But earlier, on the play that was ultimately ruled an error, on Nicky Lopez when Franmil Reyes hit that big hopper with topspin.
Right.
That's a short hop that's like do or die.
And it's not in front of you. He could have maybe gotten in front of it, but he chose to go to the backhand side.
He could have gotten in front of me, might be missing a couple of teeth.
No, that's the short hop. It would have got him maybe
well, let's not go there.
in the belly.
Ground ball to third. Harris throws him out, and we will go to the ninth. Thankfully, 7 game. Wade Davis on for the 10th time this year. At one time, man, this guy was almost unhittable.
Yeah, he certainly was. We gave a stat, what was it, 120 some innings? But
It was like 100, yeah, something like that.
120 to 130 innings without allowing a home run. And he was closing games. Yep. He had ended up signing a big deal, going elsewhere, I think with Colorado, and you know, was never the same guy.
Andreas Jimenez getting an at bat tonight. After he came on defensively. And that's outside. When the Royals won the World Series in 2015, Wade Davis in that postseason run, 10 2/3 scoreless relief, and 18 strikeouts in those 10 2/3 innings. One down. And it was one of those, you know, kind of, you know, you'd like to go back in time and like, exactly who was it that said, hey, this guy might be better in the bullpen? You know, because as a starter, it's not like he was awful. He was just sort of a middle of the road, 12-10, 11-10, ERA over 4. And then Tampa Bay in 2012 decided to move him to the bullpen. And in 54 appearances had a 2.43 ERA. He hadn't yet become a closer, but they knew they had something.
Yeah, they sure did.
Michael Taylor runs that down 2 away.
Well, they did that. Kansas City did too with their #1 draft pick. You remember Luke Hochevar? He was a starter, came on, and he ended up going to that bullpen. Was awfully good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that's when they took off. I mean,
Right.
all of a sudden you went, uh-oh, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yes, they
because
are.
Hochevar was, you know, he was the #1 pick in the draft. Never really kind of fulfilled that potential that everybody
Calvin
saw in him.
Herrera.
But suddenly they put him in the bullpen with Herrera, and all of a sudden Hoshaver he became unhittable too.
Yeah, and Holland, boy, they were tough.
What a monster trade, though. Back in 2012, the Royals got Wade Davis, James Shields. It cost him Jake Odorizzi, Will Myers, Mike Montgomery, Patrick Leonard. But without that trade, maybe they don't win it.
Well, this was the difference in the ball game right here. You get back to that 8th inning, a one-out walk after Franmil was down 0-2 in the count. And Stallmount just continued to throw curveballs and walked them. And then threw a wild pitch into dirt, allowing him to go to second. And then the big hit by Ramirez to give the Indians the lead. And then they just continued to add on.
It's interesting when you think back after the 2016 season, so after the Indians-Cubs Great World Series, that's when Wade Davis was traded by Kansas City to the Cubs for Jorge Soler. And now they're teammates.
Yeah, right. Funny how it works.
To short. Lopez throws him out. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Indians up 7-3. And the Indians have cashed in against Kansas City's bullpen. And they have scored the last 7 runs of this game. Cal Quantrill worked a scoreless 8th. He'll stay on to pitch the 9th. Nicky Lopez 0 for 3 leading off for Kansas City. Just a little low with the fastball. The White Sox buried Cincinnati earlier 9-0. Dylan Cease with one hit baseball through 6 and struck out 11. Down low. So if this score holds, the White Sox move into a tie for first, and the Indians will be just a game back.
With 2 to play. And the White Sox go to Kansas City after we leave.
Oh, wow.
They're in Cincinnati right now, right?
Yeah. Big homestand for the Royals. I mean, hey, they talked about it. This was a big series for them to start the homestand. The Indians trying to make it 10 of their last 12 in Kansas City.
Yep, and this is their 5th game of the 16 straight in the Central Division for Kansas City. It was their first homestand against a Central Division team.
Struck him out looking.
So
Nicky Lopez takes a called third, and Cal Quantrill looking sharp out of the bullpen tonight.
Didn't mess around, man. He stayed all fastballs there. Didn't slow anything down. Ended up getting the called strikeout.
Whit Merrifield, 1 for 2, has walked twice, stolen 2 bases, and scored a run. And off the plate for ball one. I want to go back to something that Franmil Reyes said at the end of last night's game. He was talking about the fact that he struck out in that 7th inning, and then Eddie Rosario came up, hit the big home run, picked him up, picked his teammates up, and he said that's the key. That's what gets you wins. Strike call. When your teammates never put their heads down, they just keep fighting and doing things like Eddie did last night.
Well, you pick each other up. I mean, that's the process of going through a 162 game schedule. You got to learn how to do that as a team.
Quantrill walks Merrifield, so he's drawn a free pass for the 3rd time tonight. And with one out, Andrew Benintendi coming to the plate. But I think that's something that, you know, when you're a fan or even in our job, it's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to, you know, pound the table and throw things at the TV when, you know, the team doesn't play well or the game doesn't go the way you think it is. But when you think back to when you were between the lines, you can't let that kind of stuff impact you that way. You just have to grind your way through it. You're always looking for the positive. As you said, the game beats you up enough. You punch out 3-4 times.
And you're going to have
you
ups,
let it
you're
go
going to have
quickly.
downs. I mean, it's a long year, and you got to stay, you know, upbeat as much as you can. Tell you what, the first 5 innings of this game was terrible. You were throwing stuff at your TV monitor at Angel.
Different story, but yes.
No, but you can see how quickly it can turn around. You know, just one little positive. But let's go. You got a break there.
You know, even Aaron Boone said it, and it's not the first time I've heard it. You've said it a million times, I'm pretty sure. When you don't hit, you look lifeless.
Yeah,
and that's what
you look dead.
They just looked like they didn't have a lot of life tonight. And they had one hit, but boy, you get a couple of knocks, a couple of things go your way, everything turns around. But there was another play that seemed to turn the momentum of this game, and it happened before that. It was in the bottom of the 4th inning when they were down 2-0. They had a couple of guys on base, and that line drive that Benintendi hit. If that gets down, Luplo doesn't make the great
play. The double play.
You know, it might be game over right there.
Well, that's what we said today, you know, in the open. Defense, you cannot make mistakes. They did make mistakes defensively tonight, and I don't know what happened. There was that ball in right center field, but they ended up getting through that without getting hurt. He got a piece of it.
This is Luplo's play, and this was a big game. And look what it does to the bench, though. Remember what we made note of this because
got him out of the inning.
Look at the reaction, though.
There's the throw going back to second to get out of the inning.
That was the play they needed. That's because we even mentioned like that's about the only thing they've had to get excited about tonight. But you know what? It was right on time. And not surprisingly, 2 innings later, well, not the 5th, but the 6th inning, they came out and punched back. Now it's just up to Cal Quantrill to knuckle down and work his way through this. Get the last 2 outs here. That is high and deep, but I'm pretty sure well foul, yeah. Benintendi had a single back in the third. That extended his hitting streak to 8 games. Line drive, base hit, right field. Merrifield stops at third.
Well, you know there's not going to be any quitting this Kansas City Royals team. Benintendi looked like a changeup upstairs, and he speeds him up. Hits a line drive to right. Now Kansas City feeling a little life here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, and I think the Indians bullpen, which figured maybe they had the rest of the night off, not so fast. And it's Clase that's going to get up, and that's going to bring Carl Willis out to give him a couple of tosses to heat it up in a hurry.
Yeah, they were hoping that he could have the night off, but this game is strange. He's the one that can go back out there, so Carl has to bide some time and let him throw and get loose. And hope Quantrill can get this next guy out.
Well, you see there on your screen, tomorrow night, 7:30 Indians Live pregame. And then the main event at 8 p.m., Shane Bieber against Brady Singer. Singer, another one of those college pitchers that the Royals drafted in 2018 that has quickly made it to the big leagues and become a part of their current rotation and a big part of their future.
Well, and the kid almost no-hit us last year here in Cleveland. Singer did. I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch again. He went 8 full no-hit innings. Didn't they get the leadoff hit in the 9th inning?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they did. They got the leadoff hit in the 9th. This kid was so close.
Carlos Santana swung and missed at a pitch that bottom fell out of that one.
You know, I've noticed he's been swinging at more first pitches against this club than he normally does and what we're used to seeing him.
Well, what did he do against Beaver in spring training?
Yeah, but that's the reason. He knows this club comes out and throws strikes. He throw a quality strike. You got to put maybe a little wrinkle on it. You just don't throw one down the middle to try and get ahead of them.
Well, the one hit he has against the Indians this year was just the changeup that was up.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only really good pitch that they've given him.
I want to see Quantrill throw that little sinker down and away, let him roll over on one and get the double play and get out of this. There
it is.
There you go.
Fair ball.
How about that?
And a double play ends the ball game.
Yes, let's go home.
So the Indians win it. And they've taken the first 2 here in Kansas City to go to 15-13 on the year. They've now won 7 of their last 9. And Kansas City has lost 3 in a row for the first time this year.
Nice play there by Bauer, staying right on the bag. Could have been any better. Right on the bag, throw to second, get the double play. Good job.
So the Indians get a chance to really make this interesting tomorrow night with Shane Bieber on the hill. This got to feel really good for Terry Francona and his guys. They go on the road to Chicago, win 2 out of 3. Now you come to Kansas City and have won the first 2. Still 2 tough ones to go, but you've got your big dog going tomorrow now.
That was a good one tonight because you didn't know what to expect when you started with your opener. And, it turned into a bullpen game. You know it was going to be that way all night long, and the offense was lost for 5 innings. The next thing you know, they come back, they put a 3 spot on the board to tie it, end up putting a 4 spot on the board, and they win it. Ended up being a nice game, and now we got the big boy going tomorrow for us. So it's a great win tonight.
I think it was Andre who once said, "I was once lost, but now I am found."
Says that every night.
He's standing by for our post-game interview with Jake Bauers, who got a big, booming home run that really was the final nail in this one. Dre, take it away with Jake.
I've been found. Thank you very much, Matt. Rick, great job tonight. Jake Bauers, great job for you. Jake, before we get into coming off the bench and hitting that big home run, we were just talking about the play by Jordan Luplow in the 4th inning. You guys, it's a tossy-turvy game. You had some calls go against you, a call I've never seen before. But just having Jordan make that play and turn to double play, what did that mean to you guys on the dugout? Keep giving them knucks. I'll keep talking. You know I like talking.
No, thank you. Thanks for filling that time.
That's what I do, baby.
Unbelievable play by Loop right there. I mean, little banged up, staying out there in left field. Good read off the bat. Obviously made an unbelievable catch, and then to have the presence of mind to throw it to second. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Truly unbelievable. And to see you guys react. And look, I know how momentum works in baseball. We wanted to come from yesterday, but sometimes you need a play like that to wake you guys up. Just talk about overall as a team, how all of you guys are chipping in right now and not just waiting for Hosey to hit a home run or to save this, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the energy we have in the clubhouse and the dugout is it's something that I've never experienced before. I mean, I love showing up to the yard every day, and I know most of the guys feel the same way. So it's a good feeling when you have that kind of thing going on for you.
All right, let's get to the 8th inning. You guys battled and battled away, and you've been sitting over there, and I know you're chopping at the bit, and I know you've been working your tail off. What's it like to get up there and to get into one like you got into that pitch?
Man, I tell you what, it's been a while since I did something cool on the baseball field, so that felt unbelievable. But, I mean, just watching our guys battle all night, getting deep in the bullpen for the 2nd night in a row, I mean, that's truly where it happened. And so a testament to those guys, watching those at-bats, and then, like you said, just staying ready, man.
Jake, the emotions that you showed, I got to tell you, man, we were yelling and screaming here watching you. Kind of let loose, let some of that emotion out. How much do you hope with all the hard work you've put in, this will be the moment that clicks and gets you going?
Yeah, I mean, listen, of course that's the hope, but at the end of the day, I'm here to help a team win, and whatever that is. If it's coming off the bench, it's coming off the bench. And all I can do is keep working, man. All I can keep doing is leaning on my teammates, leaning on my coaches, and just keep going, man. That's it.
I'm going to ask you a question. You know the last Indian to have a pinch hit home run?
Oh, man, don't say it was me.
Yeah, boy, it was Jake Bauers back in 19.
Hell yeah.
I knew you would like that. Hey, and you didn't just hit the home run. That was a heck of a way to finish a game off right there, turning that double play.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, yeah.
Working at the bag and being able to play first base the way that you are, how much does it help that you can make a play like that to end the game? Because to be honest, when you're playing games like this against Kansas City, we kind of hold our breath until we get that last out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Kansas City, man. I mean, this is the big leagues. Any team can come back at any time. So staying ready on defense is just as important as hitting a pinch hit home run. So you always got to stay locked in. And, of course, the ball is always going to find you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how the game works. Jake, I'm happy for you. Yep. Go celebrate with the boys. Big one tomorrow. Try to get 3 in a row against this Royals team.
Yes, sir.
You guys stay hot.
Appreciate it.
You got it, brother. Keep up the good work. As you see, Jake Bauers continues to stay hot. The Indians continue to stay hot. Should be a fun Indians Live coming up next with Al and Jensen. We'll take a quick break. They'll come back and they'll get you ready to talk about the Indians winning their 2nd in a row in KC.